Hello and welcome to the lesson. The question says, the argument's conclusion follows if which one of the following is assumed, which means that in the options here, you have an assumption, right? And this argument here depends on this assumption, okay? So the assumption has to be first identified, and then we go and pick that from out of the options. So let us read what is given here. It says that a bachelor's degree is necessary for appointment to the executive board. Further, no one with a felony conviction can be appointed to the board. Thus, M, an accountant with both a bachelor's and a master's degree, cannot be accepted for the position of executive administrator since he has a felony conviction. Okay, let's understand this now. If you see what follows this, thus, this is the conclusion, right? So this thing that you see now is the conclusion, okay? And you have the premise given in the first two sentences. The first premise is that a bachelor's degree is necessary for appointment to the executive board. So you need a bachelor's degree for appointment to the executive board. Okay. And then it says that this is necessary. Okay. It's a necessary condition. The second premise is that if you have a felony conviction, then you cannot be appointed to the executive board. Okay. It goes on to conclude, and that's where you'll have the assumption in between, right? This is where the assumption would be. Okay. It goes on to conclude that M, right? The conclusion is that M, an accountant with a bachelor's and a master's degree, which means he has a bachelor's degree, cannot be accepted to the executive administrator post. It talks about executive administrator since he has a felony conviction. Now, what you can see here is something that you might have overlooked otherwise, okay? The premise talks about executive board, and the conclusion talks about executive administrator. Okay, so the rules that apply for the executive board, right? The felony conviction rule is for the board. Nothing here actually says that it is for executive administrator. Okay, so the assumption that you're gonna have is something that connects executive board to executive administrator. Now let's go and pick the option that does that. Okay, so what we know is that we're looking for the option that connects in some way, right? That draws a parallel as far as appointment is concerned between the executive board and the post of an executive administrator. Okay, now when you know that you're looking for that, just look at the options one by one very quickly. Look at option A, doesn't talk about it. Option B, it says only appointment executive. You see, board and administrator, right? This is the one that we need. Okay, this is connects it. Well, let me just quickly look at the other options. As of now, this looks like the right answer. Okay, let me look at the other options. C says bachelor's degree not required. Option D, did not have a felony. Not required. So you see, only one option connects these two, and you know that it is the answer. So the answer is option B, right?